What's up, guys? How's it going? It's Thursday, a rainy Thursday here in the Pacific Northwest. Hope you guys are enjoying New Year 2020 so far. My parents celebrated their anniversary yesterday. Was it 53? I think it is. 53 years. Hard to believe. What's up, you guys? See y'all jumping on this little unexpected chat here in the afternoon. I don't know if you saw my video. I posted a little best of 2019 Seahawks plays yesterday. And Logan E, thank you for the super chat. And I had a little fun with that last play, the what could have been, how it should have ended. With the Marshawn Lynch jumping over the goal line. Of course, it didn't happen that way, but had to mess around and play with that a little bit. Would have been nice, but you know what? It's amazing how quickly you kind of get over things. Unlike Super Bowl 49, where we had the entire offseason to sit there and dwell on it. This one we got to put it behind us and look forward to the first playoff game. This time we are Sunday at Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. And what do I think about this game coming up? Jennifer Gorbels, what's up? Thank you for the super chat. As usual, I'm going to be nervous about this game because I feel like we've seen it all season, so why would I expect anything different from the Seahawks coming out? To come out slow, fall behind early, have to crawl our way back. Watch the Seahawks try to run the ball, and eventually have to be forced to pass their way out of things and get it going in the second half. I feel like the script will not change. So for all of you guys who think this is going to be an easy game, some kind of blowout because we beat them earlier in the year, prepare yourselves. I don't think that's going to be the case. The Sanchez boys, thank you for the super chat. I'm just being real here. Now, we all know that the Seahawks are pretty badly beaten up, but the Eagles are far worse, which should help the chances of the Seahawks getting this win. But there's also that common thought that it's really hard in the NFL to beat a team twice. And I started thinking about that. I thought, why is it hard to beat a team twice? I mean, it's happened. The Eagles beat teams in their division twice. That's half the reason why they got there to the NFC East. But then the Seahawks proved that theory right. In the NFC West, Seattle had swept their opponents, beating the Rams, the 49ers, and the Cardinals. No, it was the Cardinals, Rams, and the 49ers in that order, I believe. And then we lost to all three of those teams as well. So against the NFC West, we never beat anybody twice. We beat them all once and lost the second time around. Now, two of those were bad. You know, the Rams were a horrible game. Cardinals were a horrible game. The 49ers, well, that much. Could have won that one. So, I don't know how much stock you buy into that. You can't beat, it's very difficult to beat a team twice. But, it reminds me of when we played the Vikings in 2016. We beat them handily in Minnesota the first time. And then the second time in the playoffs, we had to go to Minnesota in that freezing cold bowl. Remember that one? In that outdoor stadium. It was like negative something below. And barely won thanks to Blair Walsh kicking it wide left. So that was one of the few times got to beat the team twice. So but all that statistical stuff aside, we really should win this game if you look at just on paper how the teams match up, and really because of the injury factor. They're just more banged up than we are. But one thing that gives me more hope, specifically in the area where I feel like we're the weakest, our defense. Quandre Diggs is expected to play, and that's huge. I didn't know if that guy was coming back till the very end of the postseason, if we even made it that far. But the fact that he'll be on the field for this game, hopefully at a high level. I don't know if he's playing at not 100%, high ankle sprain. He came up pretty quick from that. So I don't know if he's really the Quandre Diggs fresh leg version that we got, at the beginning when he came over here. But yeah, even Diggs was dealing with injuries when he first arrived at Seattle. So I think he's a huge difference maker. We saw it the moment he got on the field against the 49ers, made an interception, really hit some guys. So I think his presence will be huge. So it'll be nice. We'll have him and Jadeveon Clowney, both who are dealing with injuries. Clowney with his sports hernia / core injury, and Diggs with the high ankle sprain. Hopefully that will be enough to help put the clamp down on a defense that really has not been great at stopping too many teams this year. So Philadelphia, unfortunately for them, they've got a ton of injuries in there, especially in wide receiver. Philadelphia just doesn't have a lot of their explosive weapons that they've lost so long ago. But they still got players, and so we're still going to have to, make stops. And Carson Wentz is playing at a much better level than he did when we played him last time. So pass rush is key, and I think the biggest key moving forward on any game coming up here, we got to get pressure on the quarterbacks, because the quarterbacks will only continue to get better now that, this guy in front of me just fishtailed. All the quarterbacks get better moving forward here. We got Carson Wentz, and then if they think that, we're going to get 49ers and Garoppolo again. If we get through that one, then it's going to be either or the Saints, depending on how that all plays out. Anyway, one thing at a time. So we're in Philly for the second time. And, I guess one thing I am excited about, I was really pleased with the way that Travis Homer played in his first full game. I wouldn't say that he's Chris Carson or even Rashad Penny, but I like the way this guy runs. Hits the hole fast, very downhill, doesn't shy away from contact. And if we can mix it up with, Lynch, give him a few breathers, get some bang-up yards in there. I like how they're using Homer, particularly in the passing game, out of the backfield. A number of swing passes and just screen plays. I thought they used him pretty well, and he's so quick. So if you just get him into space, he can do a lot of damage. So I think that's the key: is get Travis Homer some areas out there where he can just be in an open field, and he'll get a lot of yards on his own with that speed of his. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And then of course there's just Russell Wilson having to step up and do what he's got to do. We need Lockett to recapture some of that last year magic and early season magic. DK Metcalf continue to do what he did like in the second half. He did have one ugly drop in there and went through his fingers, but I like what he did once we started getting our passing game going. And then the other guys, David Moore, and I really hope that we are just now starting to see the Seahawks utilizing John Ursua, who got his first catch for 11 yards to get the ball to the 1 yard line. And hopefully that's just a sign of more things to come. I think Ursua, I've been hoping the guy would get a shot at getting on the field, but we just knew that it was such a deep Seahawks roster, especially after they added Josh Gordon. But since that time, Josh Gordon got suspended. Jerron Brown got a knee injury last week, and then Luke Turner is dealing with, I think, a concussion. So all of a sudden, 3 deep in the receiving depth just disappeared, and now John Ursua finds himself floating up to the top, getting his shot here. So I'm really excited to see how they can utilize him. Rumor had it they had Alex Collins, former Seahawk, who went to the Ravens, that they gave him a workout the other day, and so we'll see. I have not heard if they made any moves with him, and Seattle continues to look other places. I believe they're also taking a look at receivers out there. But at this point, nothing to report. I don't know if you guys have heard anything. I haven't been exactly completely up to date at this point. Hey, Miguel. What is it? Miguel Tapia? Huge Seahawks fan. Will the Hawks make the Super Bowl, he asks. Well, I would certainly say the Seahawks are not anybody's favorite to make the Super Bowl right now. I'd say you pretty much got the 49ers, the Saints, the Packers, all those teams lined up, most people would say are ahead of the Seahawks with chances of going. But, you know, anything can happen. But we got to get this game right here. And I think if I could do my looking ahead for a moment, if Seattle gets past the Eagles, like I think they should, and somehow can pull the miracle off and beat a second team for the second time in a season and get by the number one seed 49ers, we would be then in the NFC Championship somewhere. I guess Green Bay, the likely place, if we do, you know, beat the 49ers and the one seed in their place. I guess that's where the road goes through. The road would go to the Packers unless the Packers somehow lose. Wouldn't that be funny if the Vikings lost or beat the Saints, and then we beat the Niners, and then the Saints found, or the Vikings found a way to beat the Packers, and it would be the Seattle hosting the NFC Championship with the Vikings. Not gonna happen. Mostly, there's less faith that the Vikings could run that gauntlet than it is I don't believe that Seattle could do it. I think Seattle could do it if they could play their perfect brand of football, mistake-free football. We're gonna have to be like on point and make some spectacular plays and get some serious turnovers and pressure on the quarterback. We do all those things. That's not a lot to ask, right? I just ask for everything in the kitchen sink, basically. But if we can do all that, Tiffany Doty, super chat, $5. We got this, she says. All right, I'm with you. Let's do this. So anything can happen. There is that one chance of a home NFC Championship game. But it's not really much of a chance. I think we'll have to do it on the road. And it starts this Sunday. Those are the keys, I think, in that order. In the order, we got to get pressure on the quarterback. We've got to win the turnover battle. Get those two things. That might be enough already. But then after that, you know, we've got to get third down conversions, score in the red zone. Jetfire 97. Let's hope road field advantage continues to Super Bowl 54. And that's a good point too. Some people have been saying this might be a blessing in disguise that we're actually playing the first game not at home but away, because at home we're 4-4. On the road we're 7-1. That's a big difference. So, you know, gotta like those odds with our away record this year. It's hard to believe, but it has been our best season on the road. So hopefully we can keep that rolling. But I'm excited. I can't wait to watch this game. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a tough one. And even the first time we beat them, it seemed like, you know, what was it, 19-7, and they only scored a touchdown at the very end of the game, so it wasn't even really that close. I think it was 19-7, wasn't it? I could be wrong. But I think that game felt like it was more of a blowout because Wentz had a bunch of turnovers. But we also didn't exactly put them away. We had that flea flicker for a touchdown, which was amazing. And but Rashad Penny ran the ball like crazy. So we're not gonna have Penny. So some other running back's gonna have to do it. 17-9. Thank you very much. Oh, that's right. They went for the 2-point conversion and missed it. That's right. It was 17-3, and then they got a touchdown. Went for 2. Made no sense. But anyway, so yeah, we have to step it up in the areas that we have not been doing so great. Mostly I'm just concerned about our defense. I'm tired of watching these receivers and running backs get the ball and blow through bad tackles for 10 yards a pop, 12 yards a pop. Got to be better than that on defense. And so we can do all those things, but primarily we've got to get pressure on the quarterback, and we've got to not turn the ball over. I feel like if we control that side of things, things will go our way, and we can just play our game. So if we don't win those two things, well, then other things we got to do. We definitely got to. We're gonna have our running game working. We're gonna have to be really efficient on third down. Russell Wilson's gonna have to be, completing like 70% of his completions, and we have to be sharp on special teams. I think, if anything, that I walked away from that last week's game was what my buddy Pat was saying, is that when you have an opportunity to score a field goal on the opposition's end, you got to take the points. Because if we'd taken the points on that final drive, we would only have been playing to get a field goal to win the game. But we didn't go for the field goal, didn't get it, and so we had to get the touchdown. It's not exciting. It's not as rewarding when you feel like settling for the field goal. But man, if you know you can get those 3 points, you got to go get them. Of course, it's totally contrary to the beginning of the year, where we did kick field goals and Jason Myers missed them, makeable field goals, and then the other team went down the field and scored a touchdown on us. So I remember being the complete opposite, going, yeah, from now on, no more field goals. We got to just go for it, be aggressive. So the pendulum is swinging the other way, and I have the right to change my mind, doggone it. So right now, I'm in the mindset of, if you get the points, get them. If you're 4th down and 1 at the opponent, at the Eagle 10-yard line, don't go for glory and try to get the 7. Kick the field goal, get your 3 points, because at the end of the game, it might make all the difference. I guess that's where my mindset is right now. It's just take what you can get, because last time we got burned on it. We'll be doing our Emerald Downs viewing party on Sunday when the kickoff starts at 1:40 Pacific time, 4:40 for the rest of you on the East Coast. And so come join us. Come join me at the party if you're in the neighborhood. If not, you can join me on my live stream. We'll be doing that as usual, as I have all season long, and we can watch this game together. Hopefully it won't be our last. Hopefully there's more to come. Hopefully more to come. I do hope you guys enjoyed my little Top Gun video. The part 2 to the video of the saga with the 49ers. There will be a part 3 coming up by next week. It is fun to have the 49er rivalry back alive. I must say, I have never seen the comments and the chats and the threads so full of 49ers fans as I've seen in any other time in this decade. It was pretty good back in the 2013, 2012 time. But man, I have not seen so many Niners fans. And I still say, as much as you guys got the win, and well deserved, well played, well tackled, especially at the end to keep them out of the end zone, I like how the 49ers fans are so, for the most part, there are a few exceptions, but most of them are on there just talking smack, thumping their chests. And I know that with 2 minutes left to go, a minute and a half left to go in that game, you guys were all sweating bullets like crazy. Weren't so confident at that time. And if we had won, it'd be a whole totally different tone. Of course, when you win, to the victors go the spoils. And so they've earned the right to just go off and talk about how great they are and how terrible we are, and how much you guys kicked our butts in that game, even though you won by this much. But that was last week. This is this week. I hope we will get to engage in more serious social media trash talking and whatnot next week if we can get by the Eagles. How crazy is that to potentially play the 49ers 3 times again in a year? You know the rivalry is good when you're playing each other 3 times. And the third one is for all the marbles. So it's going to be fun. But I'm looking forward to this game. I will not be lying to you if I didn't say I was nervous. I'd love to see Seattle prove me wrong, come out swinging, change things up a little bit, and not be so darn predictable. But we'll see. We'll see on Sunday. That's it for now, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying your week, enjoying the start of 2020. I'm still having a hard time. I haven't gotten used to writing 20 yet. I'm still stuck in 19. I got used to putting 20 in checks and things like that. But yeah, it would be a real nice New Year's playoffs opening feel if we can get this game on Sunday. Hey, what's up, Sports Live in the ATL? Good to hear from you, bro. That's it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Probably do 1 or 2 more videos prior to our game on Sunday. But I will talk to you guys all later. Have a good week. Take care. Go Hawks.